Welcome back to video number 5. If this is your first time joining us, please go back and watch the first 4 videos in this short series. If you've been with us all along, we're glad to see you again. We're going to speak today about anatomy. Now, this is, in some states, brutally heavily tested. And in other states, it almost doesn't even exist at all. Maybe 3 questions on your whole test. So we're going to try to take some middle ground today. What are the basic things you will be testing anatomy? Bones and muscles. The bones begin with the occipital bone, found here at the base of your skull. The parietal bones, found here on the sides of your skull. The frontal bone, the forehead. The lacrimal bones. This is a favorite esthetician question, the lacrimal bones. The lacrimal bones are small, thin bones found at the inner corner of your eye socket. The State Board exam refers to it as the orbit. It says the small, thin bones found at the inner corner of the orbit, meaning your eye socket. They are the bones in front of your tear duct, the lacrimal bones. I've been in this industry for 45 years. I have never had a client say, before we begin, could we discuss my lacrimal bones? But I have seen it on so many tests, especially esthetician, then somewhat less, but surprisingly still a lot on the cosmetology exam and even the barber exam, the lacrimal bones. The other one is the mandible. The mandible is your lower jawbone. It is the largest bone in your face, the only movable bone in your face. So they could ask you, what is the largest bone? What is the only movable bone? What is the lower jawbone? There's 3 possible questions. You'll only get one, but you mostly sure will get one on the mandible. Now, some other bones, the arms and the hands. The humerus bone. The humerus bone is the bone between your shoulder and your elbow. Some people call it the funny bone because when you bang it, okay, I never thought it was funny. As a kid, I didn't understand. As an adult, okay, I see the humerus bone, humor, the funny bone. The humerus bone is the large bone between your shoulder and your elbow. Then you have the ulna. The ulna is the small bone on the little finger side of your hand. Runs from the shoulder, from the elbow, down. The radius is the small bone on the thumb side, from the elbow, down. Then there's the carpus. This is a fairly easy one. Most people are familiar with carpal tunnel syndrome. It's the problem of your wrists. The carpus is your wrist. Then the metacarpus refers to the bones coming down from your wrist. Then there's muscles. Some words that, again, you're probably never going to use in your career. There's the epicranius. The epicranius is a muscle that runs from the back of your head, the occipital, to the front, the forehead. And that's the epicranial aponeurosis. Fortunately, you do not have to spell this on your test. Right? The epicranial aponeurosis is a tendon that runs from the back of your head, the occipital, to the front. It runs right beside or next to or on top of, right there, with the epicranius. The epicranius, the epicranial aponeurosis. Then there's the occipitalis, which is the muscle attached to the occipital bone. And there's the frontalis, the muscle attached to the frontal bone or your forehead. Those are your 4 bones you will be tested on. On the neck, 2 things only I've ever seen on the esthetician test. The platysma and the sternocleidomastoid. Fortunately, again, you don't have to spell it, but I will virtually guarantee you will see it on your esthetician exam. The sternocleidomastoid. A really large word talking about this. The muscle allowing you to turn your head from side to side. Then there's the hand. There's 2 principal questions on the muscles in your hand. There's the abductors. It is the muscle allowing you to spread your fingers apart. The abductor. Those of you familiar with the Star Trek series, Mr. Spock would say, live long and prosper. The abductor allows you to spread your fingers apart. Then there's the adductor, allows you to bring them back together. One of my students years ago said, oh, kind of like kidnapping, being abducted, taken away, and ADD, being brought back together. However you remember it, just remember, abduction, adduction. And we're going to stop right there because I don't like to make this too long. We're going to pick up on our next video on chemistry. So again, if you like this video, if you want to be notified of future videos in case you forget, go to the bottom of the screen, hit the subscribe button. You'll be notified of all future videos. If you have any questions, give us a call, 760-534-4434 in both English and Spanish. If you prefer to go to our website, www.cosmetologystateboardexam.com. Once again, we have our book available in English and in Spanish. It gives you every question asked so far this year in your state. The 4 possible answer choices appeared on the test, and then it gives you the correct answer. And it comes in this envelope, as I've said before. Open this envelope carefully. You might need it. Probably not, but you might. If you fail your test, take the book, put it back in that envelope, write refused in big letters across the envelope. The post office will take it back for free. Otherwise, we'll charge you $10.40. They will take it back for free if you write refused. When the book comes back to us, as long as you have put in the book and a copy of your failure notice, we will refund your purchase price. So you have started our material completely free of charge. There simply is no downside. It's the proverbial win-win situation. You pass or you get your money back. Simple as that. Give us a call, 760-534-4434. Thank you.